Hello guys, welcome back. This is CSEC Now, and I'll be going through this 21 June 2021 English A Paper 1 past paper. So, guys, I'll be doing a marathon before your exams, alright? Without do further said, I'm gonna jump into the answers real fast. So, number one, these are the sentences that are basically underlined, guys. So, you choose the opposite in meaning for the words, alright? So, number one. The manager decided to inform the staff about all complaints received from the customer. All right. So the opposite words of complaints, it has to do with compliments. All right, guys. Number two, their actions showed that they were firm in their rejections of the new law. All right. So the opposite of rejection, it has to be acceptance. Number three, there were an increase in an airplane travel after that incident. And for the opposite of increase has to be decline. And the opposite of decline, increase. Alright, guys? Number four. He tried to think a tactful way to tell her this disagreed with her view of the situation. And basically, guys, for tactful, um, the opposite for tactful has to be indifferent. Alright? Number five, as a result of the available evidence, the accused was apprehended and no further action was taken. So, for apprehended, guys, it has to be released. All right. So put it in the word for this one. As a result of the available evidence, the accused was released and no further action was taken. See, guys, it do make sense. All right. Alright, so for this section, guys, to select an options A, B, C, or D that best describes each of the sentence. Mark your choice on the answer sheet. So either, guys, have to choose A if the sentence is too wordy, repetitive, or contain redundancies. Choose B if the sentence contain cliche and misused metaphors. Choose C if the sentence is incorrectly grammatically or faulty in diction, and choose D if the sentence is acceptable as it stands. Alright, so number six, he advanced a step or two to meet his attacker who became alarmed and retreat back. So for this part, guys, as you guys could see, it says step or two, meet his attacker who become alarmed and retreat back. So retreat back, look at this. Step R2, meet is step R2, right? And retreat back. That is our basically you have a repetitive to a redundance there. So for this one, guys, we have a repetitive and we have a redundance as well. So the answer for number 6 is A. All right, this one, number 7. He says it's not absolutely necessary for it to be done today. All right, so here, what's the problem now, guys? Instead of it, right, look at this, ITS. Would I put an apostrophe right here? So it's supposed to be it's. So would basically have a faulty grammatical error, right? So instead of IT right here, guys, which is ITS, which it will simply mean it is. And it's supposed to be it's. It's not. Alright? Number 8. It says he had adequate time to prepare for the interview. And this is no error as well, guys, so it's acceptable as it stands. Alright, number 9. The disciplinary method has positive effects on the student's behavior. For this one, guys, instead of affects, it should be effects. Alright, so that's why we have a grammatical error or faulty dictions. It's supposed to be effects, right? Number 10. Sitting alone in his room by himself, and he repeat her name over and over again. Guys, as you guys could see, this is unnecessarily over and over again, and then himself. This is a basically repetitive as well. Too much redundancies. All right. Number 11. So it says each sentence in this section is followed by 4 sentences, right? A, B, C, and D. Choose the sentence nearest in the meaning of the original sentence. Read all 4 sentences before you choose your answers. So number 11, it says much is done to develop tourism in our country by providing good hotel accommodation and facilities. All right, so guys, in order for you guys to choose the words, the sentence that are really nearest to the meaning, we'd have to structure the sentence first. So it says much is done, develop the tourism in our country, right? So that is one. Much is done. And as you guys could see right here, it says we are doing great deal to boost the tourism by providing good hotel accommodation and facility. So instead of much is being done, it's already been there, guys. So we are doing great deal, right, to boost the tourism. And then for here it says by providing good hotel and accommodation. So the acceptable sentence for the near sentence in meaning, guys, would be we are doing a great deal to boost tourism by providing good hotel accommodation and facilities. All right, so be clear on that. Number 12, it says according to the witness, he did not see the accused man near the scene of the crime. All right, so it says according. So look here, guys, according to the witness, he, who is he? Who is talking about, guys? The witness. All right, so it says he, according to the witness. So you said, guys, the witness testified that the man accused was not seen nearby the place where the crime was committed. All right, guys, so that's the accuser, perhaps. All right, so it says according to the witness, and it says the witness testified based on the knowledge. It says according, so it's talking about the witness, guys. So the witness basically testified that the accused man, that he did not see the accused man. It says he. All right, so the best suitable answer for this one, guys, is B for number 12. Number 13, it says John told his parents in no uncertain terms that he was going to university as soon as he left school. Sorry. So for here, guys, we're gonna structure the sentence real fast. It says John told his parents in no uncertain terms, right? So as you guys could see right here, no uncertain terms. Don't remember about this, guys, so you could see real fast. All right, so it says in no uncertain terms. So look at this, guys. It says John told his parents in no uncertain terms. What for you to analyze these questions, guys, you would have to rephrase the questions in your own terms. So John told his parents in no uncertain terms. So instead of he told his parents in no uncertain terms, John make it quite clear to his parents, right? That is the point we're trying to get, guys. John make it quite clear to his parents that he was not going, that he, as soon as he basically leaves school, he would go to university immediately, right? So the answer for this one, guys, would be C. So John make it quite clear to his parents that when he leaves school, he would go to university immediately. So that is the point we're trying to get, guys. All right. Number 14, it says cigarettes have linked to lungs cancer, and strangely enough, so has bacon. All right. So listen, guys. It says cigarette has linked to lungs cancer. So what is the main idea right here in the sentences, guys? We'd have to structure it very well to the closest to the meaning. So cigarette has been linked to lungs cancer. Listen, it is strange that bacon quite unlike. That is nothing that the sentence trying to say, guys, because it didn't say anything that bacon is quite unlike cigarette. Alright, it didn't say it is no wonder at all both cigarette and bacon are linked to lung cancer. It didn't say. It says strangely enough, so has bacon. So the possible answer for this one, guys, would has be it is rather peculiar that bacon, like cigarette, is connected with lungs cancer. Alright, because it says strangely enough, so has. So it's basically is trying to link, guys, as it says, like cigarette is connected with lungs cancer. All right, so the answer for number 14 is B. Number 15, it says I cannot understand why you have done this since you tell me that Mark mean a lot to you. All right, so this part, guys, like we trying to analyze this. It says I cannot understand why you have done this, right? All right, so we're gonna stop at this. All right, it says I cannot understand why you have done this. So listen, for this part, guys, it would basically said since Mark mean a lot to you. All right, so this is what is trying the person trying to say right here. Since Mark mean a lot to you, because it says, I cannot understand why you have done this, right? Since you tell me that Mark mean a lot to you. So it says, since Mark mean a lot to you, the reason for your action is puzzling me. All right? Because it says, since you tell me that Mark mean a lot to you, I cannot understand why you have done this. So why you have done this, it's the puzzling action, and the part that since you told me that Mark mean a lot to you would be since Mark mean a lot to you. All right, guys? So we're trying to connect the dots of the sentences, perhaps. All right? For this one, guys, it says, I'm gonna just jump to the most of the answer real fast, trying to read the instruction. But read instruction first is very keenly in your exams. Don't just jump to the answer, guys, because they could switch up the questions and use different instructions. All right, so read your questions and read your instructions as well. So some of the following sentences are unacceptable because inappropriate grammar, idioms, or vocabulary, right? Some sentences are acceptable as they stand. No sentence contains more than one inappropriate elements. Select one underlined part that you feel is inappropriate and choose the corresponding letter, A, B, C. If the sentence is acceptable as it stands, choose D. All right, so listen. Then we're going to reach this point, guys. So number 16, it says, we could reach the survivors neither by boat or by plane. So we have abandoned our search as futile. Alright. So listen, guys. Why? The answer would be B. Listen, it says, we could reach the survivor neither boat or. Guys, or is not necessarily, it would be nor. So instead of or should be nor. So listen this sentence now. We could reach the survivor neither by boat nor by plane. See, actually makes sense instead of or, because they're trying to compare in two things. It's trying to say both by plane. Listen, guys, look at this. We have by and we have by. Or. So listen, by boat or by plane. It's nor, because they're trying to compare like two things together, guys. So it's by boat nor, right? Nor by plane. Makes sense. So the answer for this one would be B. Number 17, perhaps. It says, considering the chaos you would have caused if you were to resign, I have no children than to refuse your request. And for this one, apparently, let me see, your chaos would have your considering chaos you would have cause. Would have. It should be would have, perhaps. Would have cause. Alright. Number 18. It says Tom, the most talented of the musicians who need help, has promised to give his service perhaps free of charge at any worthwhile cause. And let's see, who would need. It says Tom, let me see, Tom right here is a subject, and the most talented would have need help, perhaps. So, alright. Number 19. It says, after embarrassing his colleagues, his conscience bothered him that he eventually apologized. Alright, guys, why? For here, for C, why I would choose C is basically this is con. The conscience doesn't spell right, because it's supposed to be con. Right, guys? With two words combined together, such as con and science, would be conscience. And as you guys could see, that's the word is misspelled. It's supposed to be CONSCIENCE, and it's spelled SCEINCE. So this is wrong. Alright, number 20. This is the better of the two athletics claim never to have used the dangerous drugs in his possession. Alright, why the answer would be B, guys? Because it says the better of two athletics. Alright, so talking about the subject verb right here, perhaps the subject would be basically one, athletics, are supposed to be two, perhaps would be the point. So you would not basically use claim, right? It's supposed to be claims. All right, guys. So instead of claim, it's supposed to be claims. Number 21. All right. So it says each of the sentence in the section has one underlined word. Choose from the four options the word which is nearest in the meaning to the underlined word. Number 21. It was impossible to rectify the error made by the computer since inaccurate information had been fed to it. So to rectify things, guys, is supposed to be correct. All right. So if you have a problem and you want to rectify, it's supposed to be clear, correct. So the answer would be correct. Number 22. It says the flowers grow profusely in the garden. And for the keyword, guys, if you doesn't know the opposite, like for example, nearest word in meaning, you could use the key terms, because what it says, the flower grow profusely. That would be abundantly, mean like a lot, right, guys? Sorry. Number 23. The new story revealed the squalors of the old city. And the nearest word in meaning will be destitution. Alright? Destitution. Number 24. During the rainstorm yesterday, the wind blew instantly across the island. So the nearest word in meaning will be constantly. Alright, guys? For incessantly. Alright, number 25. For the first time in decade, the company disclosed deceits in its accounts. Alright, so for deceits, the guys would be simple shortfall. So it'd be a shortage, for example. Alright, so right here, guys, we have a poem. It says, read the following poem carefully, then answer the item 26 to 33 on the basic on what state is employed. What is implied? Alright? Alright, so the basically the title of the poem would be The Taste of the Endless Fruit. So it says, when a single kite is left in the heathen sky, and I stand black against its saffron, pulling in the night's covers, a single thread, I think of you. When chickens search the warmth of the hen's wings, when bats break a calm lake, like scissors on a warm fabric where a lone fisher awaits, alone on the hill, I think of you. Alright, guys, so number 26, it says, there is a single kite, line 1, left in the sky is most likely, and it's late. Alright, guys. Number 27, it says, what aspects of the sky does the poem focus on? And it focuses on the color. Alright. Number 28, in the poem, the poet is most likely, and it's thinking of someone he or she loves, perhaps. Alright. Number 29, it says, when bats break a calm lake, like slash scissors on a warm fabric. Let me see. Basically, what it be, guys, is it a simile? Because it says bat break a calm slash lake. And let me see for this one. I want to go back and look at it again. Bat break a calm lake, like scissors on a warm fabric. To be honest, I will not go with this simile. I would go with personification. Why? Because for a simile, it says bat break a calm lake like scissors on a warm fabric. That would most like a personification, guys. You guys could feel free to leave it in the comment section if you're not very sure about this one, but I'm surely not taking this one on the simile, to be honest. Alright, this is one. Number 30. It says the poet speak of each of the following except, and it speak on the following except instead of bat breaking a warm fabric. Alright. It says, which of the following third devices used in the line 4? And it's a contrast. Alright, number 32. It says the poet's intention is to, and it is to tell he slash she is missing him slash her. Alright, number 33. Which words best describe the poet's tone? And it has to do with nostalgia. nostalgic. All right. All right. This is another like basically in extract. We'd have to read and extract what is stately implied. All right. So this is the Carnation Carnival. So Carnation Carnival. So the Carnation Carnival has waxed heatic and heat when Lance Corporal John has left the station early and walked out onto the main road. He realized that the combination he has been hearing was from band coming along the Avocat Road towards the junction down the hill. In the first sunlight of the morning, he saw people jumping up and making merry. He saw that people waving branches and green twigs, and men in the front were beating spoon on battle, right? And there were some with lengths of bamboos keeping up thick stick rhythms. He noticed 6 men in front banging on the banging on the big oil drum, pitch oil tins, jumping high, dancing, and there were others thumping on even the buckets with they went to the dancing, and there were well as for water for these rivers. It seems truly glorious in the morning. As he climbed the bank and watched them, he heard the chorus of voice from behind, blending with the drums. For the first time, he joined the police force. He looked reckless, celebrating crowds without wanting to make an arrest. He stood high up on a moon, right, on a moat above the drain, and although the free flow of the bands, he strained a little to hear the paralytic song bands was singing. He was wondering if it was Land of Hope and Glory, the anthem which usually brought tears to his eyes. The sound of the spoon on bottle of bamboo, macadam, road of the rattling of tin, blurred the voice of a little, and he knew that he had to wait until the front of the band got past him. Right? He watched the women wearing housecoats and carrying banners which he could not see clearly. And there came a powerful, strident voice of group led by none other than Swin and Paul. Alright? So it says number 34, the activity described in the passage, and it has to do with the carnival celebration. All right, number 35. The writer for this revelers seems truly glorious in the morning. Line 9 shows, and it shows how much the revelers were enjoying themselves. All right, number 36. It says Lance Corporal John on the occasion, and he was contented to watch the crowd. All right, number 37. Lance Corporal John stood high on a mound in line 13 because he wanted to get out of the way of the parade. All right, guys. All right, number 38. The phrase none other than Swin Paul, and it was a well basically known as well-known person. All right. This is another one as well. This one is more than a quarter century ago, and this has to do with the casino, guys. All right. Once you hear that guys, once you know the keywords in this, this will be very much easy to answer. It's all about the casino in the days. All right. So let me jump on with this real fast. It says more than a quarter century ago, we forced the wrestle on the tourney issued of casino and supposed to hill, and benefits will flow from them. In the end, sensible solution emerged, allowed some to remain while controlling their growth. Interestedly, we may argue about casino, but we have given the green light to arcade where people gamble day and night. Some Caribbean governments have seemingly opened the door to yet another round of possible emotional debate with decision to allow cruise ship lying on anchor to operate their casino in their waters. In this move, prelude the opening casino on land, supporters of casino gambling have always said that casino can and do function in country Without the moral decay, there is routinely associated with them. Like most things, the pros and the cons about casino gambling are grossly exaggerated. Those who favored them argued that casino online should be seen as another attraction that can add to the country's tourism industry. If prudent control are imposed, for example, the Bahamas, Antigua, Suriname, and Saint Martin are few places where casino gambling is allowed, and tourism authorities in those places have said that casino gambling are proven to be a stimulus to their tourism sector. Without the moral decay, there's rootless associated with them. Opponents, on the other hand, insist that casino lead to gambling addiction, crime, and worse, a debasement of society. With everything else, that is happening in our island. An upsurge of gangs, drugs, violence behavior among our youth. That is the last thing that we may need to right now. However, the case of the cruise ships keeping casinos open while docked on shore may cause little, if any, harm to the country and its people, since few locals will have access to them. Sorry. Let's face it, Caribbean people gambled at bingo and raised money for churches. They flock to tracks and watch horses run and bet millions annually on the outcome of the race. Additionally, many people play lotto daily and the English football pools weekly. So, if, as some are saying, this move of allowing gambling on cruise ship is for maybe first step to casino online, then we will not be totally surprised. So let's debates begin. Alright? So number 39, it says, casino and their effect society become an issue for the first time, and it was over 25 years ago. Alright guys, so that's the answer. Number 40, it says, how was the issue of casino dealt with the time mentioned? And it basically dealt with some casino remaining while their growth was monitored. Alright guys? Number 41. Since we have the following best replace the word interestingly. Alright? And it would be ironically. Number 42. It says in line 4, given the green light to arcades arcade have given the permission to operate. Alright guys? Number 43 perhaps. The Bahamas, Antigua, Suriname, and Saint Martin are mentioned too, and is mentioned to prove that gambling is a stimulus to tourism. Number 44. Which of the following expression is used to introduce the opposing view, and it has to be on the other hand. Number 45. Which arguments below is not used to support casino gambling and is degrade the value of society? Alright guys? Number 46. To what does here's the last thing that we may need right now in line 18 to 19 refers. And refers to lead to gambling, addiction, crime, and worse debasement of society. Alright guys? This is another one as well. Whoa. English, so surprised me. Alright, so this is an open request to try. This is an open. Sorry, let me start back over. This is an open request to try to find who is the brain behind traffic management in polio. So this is all about traffic. Does anybody know? I have tried traffic branch, not them. Highways, not them. Planning and development, not them. In fact, nobody wants to make responsible for their certain decision and the mess that results. For example, Mission Road was made one way north to south. Great idea. It worked, no traffic jams. In fact, many people were charged for going the wrong ways. A one-way street, then suddenly it's back or two traffic for so. Same is true to Stroke Street. Somebody changed and stop signs at the corner for a few weeks and then change it back. Nobody knows why. But the best is Celestial Road in St. John's, which workers event. Somebody made this road. Which apart? The Broadway. It's the widest street in Polio. No parking street either side anytime, and Wrecker is profiting from this. There are 4 major office buildings on the roads, all of which provides undergo parking for staff. So usually the lower paid have park elsewhere. And these are the person whose cars the wrecker is taking away all day, every day. Again, the small man suffers. Alright? Oh, there is an exception. If you have the Canadian High Commission sticker, you can park. You can park and the worker will not touch your diplomatic card. Maybe we could have all become diplomatic. Then, the two narrow streets in Polio allow parking. Delino streets are being lane and can hardly pass. Who is the brain behind this mess? It seems more cars we put in on the road, the less parking somebody want to allow. Who is the brain? No doubt, a small man with a big car who has no name. Alright, so basically, guys, it's talking about the traffics and the workers taking away cars and so forth, sign changing, all of that. Alright, let's jump into the answer. 47. The writer use of the word brain and its use of the brain to make fun of the decision. Alright, number 48. He says when the writer repeats not them in the paragraph, he implied that, and he implied that no one know who's in charge of the traffic management. Alright, guys. And let me see for this one. Alright, no one knows who's in charge of the traffic management. Yes. Sorry. Number 49. It says Stoke Street, line 7, Celestial Road, line 9, and Delano Street, line 17, can best described as, and it best described as example to support the writer case. Alright, guys. Number 51. Last sentence of the letter is similar to paragraph 5 because both of them expresses disgust. Alright. Number 52. The author of the letter is likely a motorist. Alright, guys. Number 53. Again, the small man suffers. Imply the small man is often, and it's because the small man is often disadvantaged. Alright. Number 54. The letter was most likely to publish in, and it was published in a newspaper. Alright. Alright, here we go, guys. This is I think this will be in the paper. Alright, yes. So it says, join our Caribbean Miles program. You can earn Caribbean Airlines miles every flight. Plus you can fly, drive or shop. You will earn miles even faster. Our membership. Member who fly 20,000 miles on a Caribbean airline with a calendar here are eligible for a silver membership. Flying 40,000 miles qualify membership for gold membership, while flying 80,000 miles qualify for exclusive gold membership. Silver tier membership, gold tier membership. So for the silver tier, we have unique members credential at 3,000 miles bonus upon attainment of silver tier status. We have preferential checks in priority boarding on all Caribbean's airline flights. Waivers of dates change penalty and redeposit fee on reward tickets. For the gold tier, we have unique members credential 5,000 miles bonus upon attainments of gold tier. Preferential checks in priority boarding on Caribbean airline flights. Waivers of dates, change of penalty, and redeposit on fee. Rewards ticket. And we also have expected award dealer at no cost. Alright, guys, so let's jump into the answer real fast. Trying to make this video really short, not much. Number 55. What does the airline promise if a person joined the miles program? And they promise to reward for every flight, right? It says how much bonus miles does a gold tier membership receive? Sorry. And they receive, let me see. For gold, it's 5,000. Alright? 5,000, guys. Number 57, it says how many miles you are needed to fly one business class within the country, within Caribbean countries, and it has to be 12,000 miles. Number 58, it says what technique does the advertisement use to appeal traveler to job milestone? And it has to do with facts, all right, factual statements, guys. That's all the techniques. Number 59, which of the following action is best prospective members who want more detailed information about the benefit of the program, and they would have to basically visit the airline web page. All right. Number 60, last and final. The main purpose of the advertisement is encourage persons to, and it encourage person to become the member of the Miles program. Without do further said, guys, thank you guys for making it with CSEC Now. Any question, any queries, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will be greatly pleased to accommodate you guys and to reach out to you guys with any queries you guys got. All right, good luck on your exam, and thank you for making it with CSEC.